Imagine a creature that has mastered a reality so fluid and dynamic, it makes our own existence seem static. A being for whom communication is a symphony of three-dimensional sound. Empathy is a biological imperative, and joy is a non-negotiable part of survival. This isn't science fiction. This is the daily life of a dolphin. For too long, we've looked at these animals with a detached curiosity, seeing them as simple, smiling inhabitants of the sea. But today, we're flipping the script. We are not here to simply observe the dolphin. We are here to learn from it, to dissect the profound, almost alien strengths it possesses and hold them up as a mirror to our own human challenges. This video is an exploration of a different kind of intelligence, a different kind of society, and a different way of being. By the end of it, you will not just see a dolphin. You will see a master of its domain, possessing traits that, if we could even partially integrate into our own lives, would revolutionize our relationships, our mental health, and our very understanding of consciousness. We're going to dive deep into the dolphin's evolutionary toolkit, their sonar that paints the world in sound, their profound emotional intelligence hardwired into their very biology, and their culture of relentless play. This is a case study in advanced living, and we are the students. Let's begin with perception. We humans are dominated by our eyes. We trust what we see. Our world is built on visual landscapes, written languages, and silent screens. But what if your primary sense could penetrate the superficial? What if you could see inside of things? This is the reality for the dolphin, and it starts with their greatest asset, echolocation. A dolphin's sonar is not just a tool for finding fish. It is a fundamental way of interacting with reality. They fire out a series of clicks, a rapid-fire acoustic snapshot, and from the returning echoes, they construct a mental image so detailed it would make our highest-resolution MRI machine look like a child's sketch. They can see the heartbeat of a fish hiding in the sand. They can discern the air-filled swim bladder inside a potential meal. They can, in essence, see the internal state of the world around them. Now let's translate this to a human context. Think of our biggest social and personal challenges: miscommunication, deception, anxiety of not truly knowing someone's intentions. We are trapped by surfaces. We see a smile, but we cannot see the stress beneath it. We hear a promise, but we cannot perceive the hesitation in the heart of the person making it. Our entire social fabric is a guessing game of body language and spoken words that can be easily manipulated. The dolphin's advantage is staggering. In their world, it is far more difficult to hide your true state. Their perception bypasses the facade and gets to the substance. Imagine applying this dolphin principle to your own life. Not with literal sonar, of course, but with a shift in intent. What if we strive to see beyond the surface-level presentations of our colleagues, our friends, our family? What if we invested less in the curated social media profile and more in understanding the internal emotional landscape of the people we care about? The dolphin teaches us that true perception is about depth. It's about developing the empathy and intuition to listen for the echoes behind the words, to sense the reality behind the appearance. In a world of shallow judgments, the dolphin's deep perception is a superpower we should desperately seek to emulate. This leads us directly to the second pillar of dolphin superiority, their emotional architecture. Neuroscience has revealed something breathtaking about the dolphin brain. It contains a limbic system, the seat of emotion in mammals, that is proportionally even more complex and developed than our own. But here's the crucial difference. In the human brain, our powerful neocortex, the center of rational thought, can sometimes be at war with our emotional limbic system. We suppress our emotions, we get hijacked by them, we see them as separate from our intellect. For the dolphin, emotion and intelligence are not rivals. They are seamlessly integrated partners. They feel and they think simultaneously. Their empathy isn't just a social behavior. It is a core operating principle. Consider the documented cases of dolphin pods supporting injured or sick members. They don't abandon them. They will physically hold them up to the surface to breathe for days on end. They display what can only be described as grief at the loss of a podmate. And perhaps most tellingly, they are one of the few species on Earth that will consistently come to the aid of other species, including humans, without any expectation of reward. This is altruism in its purest form, driven by a profound, hardwired capacity for empathy. Now, let's hold this up to the human condition. We live in a society that often prizes stoicism over sensitivity. We label emotions as irrational, We build entire corporate cultures where displaying vulnerability is seen as a weakness. We are encouraged to compartmentalize, to lock our feelings away so we can be productive. And what is the result? A global mental health crisis, burnout, loneliness, a world where people feel isolated even when they are surrounded by others. The dolphin's advantage is their emotional fluency. They do not have the concept of faking it till they make it. Their strength comes from their vulnerability, from their deep, intrinsic connection to one another. They feel deeply, and that deep feeling is the very glue that holds their society together. What if we stopped treating our emotions as a liability and started treating them as a source of data, of connection, of strength? What if, like a dolphin, we learn to ride the waves of our feelings instead of fighting against them or being drowned by them? Integrating our emotional intelligence with our cognitive intelligence is the next great frontier of human evolution. And the dolphins are already there. They are masters of their inner ocean, and we are just learning to swim. And what fuels this emotionally intelligent, deeply perceptive society? The third trait, one that we as adults often relegate to the realm of children: unstructured play. Watch a pod of dolphins for any length of time, and you will witness a breathtaking display of pure, unadulterated play. They surf waves, they play catch with seaweed, they invent and execute complex aerial maneuvers purely for the fun of it. They create bubble rings, toroidal vortices, and then swim through them, play with them, and even invent games with them. This isn't just idle fun. It is a critical component of their survival and social cohesion. Play is how they hone their physical skills. Play is how they strengthen social bonds. Play is how they innovate and solve novel problems. We humans, we systematize play. We put it in a box called leisure time. We schedule it, monetize it, and often we feel guilty for engaging in it if it doesn't have a productive outcome. We see work and play as opposites on a spectrum. For the dolphin, work, the work of hunting, navigating, surviving, is play. Their entire existence is infused with a spirit of joy and curiosity. This is perhaps their most profound psychological advantage, the ability to find delight in the mundane, to approach life itself as a grand, interactive game. Think of the human toll of taking life too seriously. The stress, the rigidity, the burnout, the loss of creativity. When was the last time you engaged in an activity purely for the joy of it, with no goal, no score, no endpoint? The dolphin reminds us that play is not the opposite of work. It is the engine of innovation, resilience, and connection. It is the spark that keeps the mind supple and the spirit young. In a culture of grind and hustle, the dolphin's commitment to play is a radical act of psychological wisdom. So, we have the dolphin, a creature that sees the world with profound depth, feels the world with profound connection, and experiences the world with profound joy. They are not perfect, but they have evolved a way of being that addresses some of our most fundamental human failings: our superficiality, our emotional disconnection, and our joyless pursuit of productivity. They offer a blueprint for a more integrated, more resonant, and frankly, more joyful way to navigate the complexities of existence. We've looked into their world, seen their strengths, and compared them to our own challenges. The value isn't just in admiring them. It's in asking ourselves the hard questions. How can we see more deeply in our relationships? How can we honor our emotions as a source of strength rather than weakness? And how can we reintroduce the spirit of play, not as an escape from life, but as a way of life? The dolphin, in its fluid grace, offers us not just a lesson in biology, but a lesson in being. If this exploration of a different way of thinking and feeling resonated with you, if it offered a new perspective, then do the pod a favor. Give this video a like because it tells the algorithm that you value deep diving into the nature of intelligence itself. Share it with someone who you think needs a reminder of the power of empathy, play, or seeing beneath the surface. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Our journey into the animal kingdom is just beginning, and we have so many more incredible minds to explore.